I'm here to talk about sleep. Sleep in regards to essential oils can be a little there's not just a one size fit all when it comes to sleep and essential oils. But one thing that I do know is that I highly, highly recommend using a diffuser. You're gonna get the most bang for your buck throughout the night. And I have a couple of them here that I wanted to show you. I don't have all of them, all the different options that Young Living has, but I have the Dewdrop diffuser. That's this one. It's kind of like a cone shape. And then all you use with these is you put water and your essential oil in there and you put the top on, and it runs for anywhere from 4 to 8 hours depending on the model that you have. So sometimes you have high output, low output, alternating output, all sorts of different options. Just depends on your diffuser style. The other one I wanted to pull up was the kids one. This one's super cute. So sometimes when we're talking about sleep, we're talking about our own sleep. And sometimes when we're talking about sleep, we're talking about our family's sleep or somebody else in the family. Sleep can be, like I said, really complicated just because there is a lot of different things that can cause sleeplessness. Sometimes it's just like a wandering brain. Sometimes it is noises. This one time I was talking to a friend and she was like, I just can't sleep at all. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have this great concoction that I use. It's lavender, cedarwood, and orange. You're going to love it. Okay. And I was like, and it's going to make you totally zonk out because that's what happens with everyone in our family. And so she went home and she used it, and I saw her about a week later. I'm like, how was that working for you? She's like, oh, like that didn't really do anything for me. That didn't help. I'm like, oh, so like what's causing your sleep issues? She goes, well, I have a really sore knee. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, so anyways, what my point of my story is get to the root of the problem for your sleep issues and address those sorts of things. So some of this is going to be kind of surfacey just for giving you some ideas of things that you could use, but know that sometimes we have to get down to like the root of the problem. So for her, obviously, something that's going to calm her mood was not necessarily going to help her sleep. She needed something for the pain management side so that she could be more comfortable while she slept rather than rolling around. It would have been really good for her to tell me that at the time, but we learn to ask the right questions. And that's one thing that Diana and I try and do is we just try and ask you the questions so that we can help to guide you in the best way that we can. And with that type of experience, we've been able to kind of do that with people. So it's actually something that both of us really enjoy. So make sure you reach out to us and ask away. But for now, we know that so yes, sleep things, they can be multiple different things. They can even be, and I'm going to read some of these because it's so broad what can cause insomnia or some insomnia issues: overactive limbic region of the brain, bowel or liver toxicity, poor heart function, negative memories or trauma, depression, mineral deficiencies. Sometimes we'll talk about magnesium type of things, hormone imbalance, underactive thyroid function, or just basically your circadian rhythm is off. So there's like a number of underlying things that can be addressed. And that's not just going to be like one simple oil. It's just going to like, bam, like fix that for you. But there are a lot of things that the essential oils can do within the systems of our body that will ultimately help you when it comes to your sleep, which is really, really cool. So a great side effect while also healing those underlying products or those underlying issues that come or kind of stemming from something a little bit more complicated. That's going to take a little bit more work. Again, talk to Diana and I, and we'd love to like kind of work through some of that stuff and what we know, reference some of our desk references, that sort of thing. But for starters, for some things that kind of just take care of, I like to call it like the wandering brain, or like just not being able to like just chill out for bedtime, which kind of brings us back to those mood oils that we talked about the other day. So you're gonna see a lot of overlap again between those and for sleep, which is, a good thing. Not necessarily going to be that these oils are going to make you fall asleep in the middle of the day, but that perhaps they will help you to calm down when it comes time for bed and kind of set you up for having the best success for getting a good night's rest. The first I'm going to have or show you again is Peace and Calming. Kind of speaks for itself. It's very soothing oil, very like a little bit of flowers, but not too much. My kids really like this one. Some people actually have different reactions to this, so try it out and see what you like. For most people, it's going to be just a general calming effect that you're going to get. There's other people who put it on or they diffuse it and they just totally zonk out. So that was not the case with our family, just so you know. I like to be transparent with that thing. This was not one that we always use, but there are so many success stories with it that it would be just like wrong for me to not mention it just because it didn't work for me. Okay. So know that that might happen to you when you start cracking into them. Like, oh, like I didn't really get the same feeling. That's okay. Same thing happened to me. The next one we're going to do is valor, which we've talked about. I can talk a little bit here today, which we've talked about quite a few times as we've gone through this. I want to make sure that I read this. This is another quote from the EODR. It balances the electrical energies within the body, giving courage, confidence, and self-esteem. And that's from the EODR, page 123. And you can use this one topically, and it's really, really good in the diffuser, just all on its own as well. It smells really, really good. So Valor, we've used that for a couple things here. The peace and calming, you guys, if you were in on my Friday video, you heard me talk about my Houdini oil. I found it. I was so excited when I found it. This is the one that travels all over the place because it just, I love the vanilla smell, and vanilla is naturally calming. So it makes sense that you would be able to use this one before bed to help to relax yourself down, kind of relieve the daily stress and anxiety, whatever you have that you just need to like set aside. So we're setting the mood, we're setting the tone. I like to put on my diffuser probably a half hour before I'm going to go to bed. So like I'll go and I'll set it up, and then I'll go and wash my face and get in my pajamas and do whatever I need to do in my room as I'm getting ready for bed, put the kids to sleep, come back into my room, and the whole place is filled. And that's one way that I've found really works just for kind of setting up, getting ready for, hey body, it's time to sleep now. It's time to set aside all of the busyness of the day and to help to reduce myself. So that's Stress Away. The last one I'm going to talk about today that is out of the starter kit that we're kind of featuring this week is lavender. Lavender. I don't know. Whenever I do this, I feel like it looks backwards, but whatever. I still feel like I have to show you, for whatever reason, show you the bottle. It is a pretty floral scent. I like it. To me, it's like a, I don't know, it's going to sound weird when I say this, but like a dirty floral scent. It's just like a little bit more grounding than something that's really light type of thing, like a light flower. But I also really like to mix this one with other ones. You just can't deny the research around the calming effects of lavender. Like it is just glorified when it comes to it. Actually, many people think that the only use for lavender is sleep. Okay, it's really, really multi-use oil, but here we are highlighting it, of course, for sleep as well. So I mentioned mixing it. I like to mix my lavender with orange. Orange is very calming. It's got a little bit of a deeper citrus smell, so it really kind of balances it nicely, the floral. And I like to mix in cedarwood as well. Cedarwood does not come in the starter kit, but it's like $11 for a huge bottle of it, and it helps your body, your lymph system, like naturally produce melatonin. It's just amazing. So when you pair it with something, a powerhouse like lavender, you get such a nice balance of smells, and it ends up really, really helping a lot of people. Again, I have given this as a suggestion even to people who like this was clearly not going to be the thing that worked for them. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you got to rewind the video and watch it from the beginning. I told a funny story about that. Okay, here's a study. In the study at University of Miami, researchers found that inhalation of lavender essential oil increased beta waves in the brain, suggesting heightened relaxation. It also reduced depression and improved cognitive performance. That is Diego M.A. 1998. So it's a 1998 study. So yes, so it's a good one. There's plenty of other studies too around it. Like people like to talk about lavender. It's a really safe oil. It's an easy starter oil, which is why it's actually in this kit. And so if people are trying to figure out where to start, this is one that a lot of people will start with just because of a comfort thing with it. So you might be thinking like, again, okay, you've just given me 4 different oils. Like, where do I even start? Like, I don't know. Again, talk to Diana and I about this, or if you know somebody who uses essential oils that's in this group or that maybe invited you to this group, get together with them. And then you can get into our VIP usage group, which will give you just more in-depth information on all of these topics. Oh, I forgot to mention, we are doing, Diana mentioned it yesterday, but we are doing a sleep challenge in this group coming up in a couple weeks. And so if you do grab yourself this starter kit with these oils, we're going to like kind of incorporate them in a little bit. So make sure that you get good use out of what you've purchased. If you already have them, good, make sure that you're stocked up on them because we want to just set you up for success for the best sleep ever. And you will help to feel the results of that through your day, how you interact with your people, how just it can change the way that you feel when you're really getting that good night's rest. All right, I think that that is it for today. I didn't see any questions pop up, but I'm really thankful for you that popped on. I see Leah, Katie, Jenny, Nancy, I don't know who else jumped on, but it's really good to see you all. I hope you have a great day, and I can't wait to hear from you. Bye.